Hello world, my name is Paul with the Backyard Hibachi. Today we're going to be cooking up a hibachi meal featuring Wagyu steak. Let's go. First, let's go ahead and prep the steak. Quick shout out to the Ozark Valley Beef Company for sending me out this Wagyu strip sirloin. They actually sent out a whole box of various cuts of Wagyu beef. So shout out to them. There will be links in the description below where you can find the meat. They are offering a 15% discount for you guys. All right, let's go ahead and prep this. Came in a package like so. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. All right, we're gonna put a paper towel down to sop up some of the blood. All right, check out some of the marbling on this. All right, let's go ahead and turn on this grill. I just recently purchased this grill. This is literally the first cook, and this is the second time that I've turned the grill on. The first time was just to check to make sure that it was working properly. We're gonna find out today how this grill performs. While the grill is warming up, this grill features a smart temp. So I set it to 375. So I want to hover right around 350, 420, and that should be hot enough to cook the food and also keep the oils from smoking up too much. So if you remember on the old Blackstones, I used to gauge it by the smoke point of the oil. So we would have to bring the grill up to the smoke point, which is right around 380, 420 on some oils, and then we would bring the temperature down. So we would leave the two middle burners on high until we reach the smoke point, and then we would turn down the two middle burners to about medium high, medium to keep the temperature at range, and then adjust accordingly. All right, so that literally took 3 minutes to get up to 375, and I don't feel like that is hot enough, so we're gonna go with 400 and see how that works. All right, let's go ahead and begin our cook. All right, first we're gonna throw some oil on our grill, and right in the center part here. Now let's go ahead and spread the oil. All right, I'm going to turn this up to all the way to 450. And we'll give it a little bit of time to get up to temperature. All right, so right at 450, right around when it reached 420, 430, it started to smoke up just like this. So let's go ahead and begin our cook now. So we spread our oil down already. We're gonna crack the eggs. That's better. So the burners seems to favor the right side a little bit. So we're gonna move the eggs over on this side. I'm actually now gonna turn on the left burner as well onto about 300, and I'm gonna do both sides right at 300 degrees. All right, so we're gonna spread our eggs. So let's go ahead and roll over our eggs. Let's put on our rice. So we're using cold rice today. This is a day-old rice. The main difference between cold rice and hot rice is the cold rice is easier to break down, but when you're grilling it, you have to bring it back up to temperature. The hot rice is a little bit harder to break down, but you know, you're already hot, so it's a lot quicker to cook. Most chefs at the restaurant will prefer hot rice over cold rice, and the reason we have cold rice is because the scale and the amount of customers that we cook for. Now let's put some oil down. And then we'll put the garlic and onion mix onto the grill. Now let's go ahead and chop up the eggs. And mix them into the rice. And then let's go ahead and throw in some butter. And put some garlic down. And the garlic and the butter is gonna infuse together, and then it's gonna give a very nice aroma to the fried rice. And that same goes for the onions and green onions. And I didn't really realize when I purchased the grill how high this grill is. I've worked at restaurants before where the grill is a little bit too high and your shoulders end up doing most of the work. It's kind of like using a knife that's too long. You end up, your shoulders doing a lot of work and it ends up hurting your body more than anything. And same with grills that are a little bit too low. The grills that are too low, you kind of hunch down. So grill too high, the shoulders will hurt. Grill too low, lower back will hurt. All right, let's go ahead and put some salt on. And if you'd like to know how to make the shakers and control the pour, I have a video on that as well. Also, if you'd like to know how to prep the fried rice, I also have a video on that as well. And I'll throw both links on the description below. All right, let's go ahead and add some soy sauce. And we're gonna go ahead and let that caramelize a little bit. The reason I let the fried rice caramelize, because a lot of people would like that to see the dark color of the soy sauce, but you don't want to add too much soy sauce because it'll start masking the aroma of the garlic, the butter, the rice, and the aroma of the onions and the green onions. All right, that's looking good, so let's go ahead and plate this. This amount of portion is probably enough for 2. So we're just gonna throw it onto 1 plate. I get a lot of questions about the portions for the fried rice, for uncooked fried rice. So it's gonna be 1 cup of uncooked fried rice equal to 2 orders of fried rice. Let's clean out the grill a little bit. This grill has a cool little hole. It's a grease trap, but at the restaurant we'll use it for eggshells and everything like that. The only thing that is missing is a rail system. All right, now let's go ahead and throw down our vegetables, our noodles, and then the steak as well. We're gonna cook the steak medium rare. Let's put down the vegetables. The vegetables is gonna be a zucchini, onion, and mushroom mix. And we're gonna throw down our noodles. And on the packaging, the noodles say it's a Taiwanese noodle. It's a little bit different from the Cantonese noodle. Not in texture or ingredient, but the shape. These noodles are a little bit wider than the Canton noodles. And if you notice, I did not season this grill at all before the first cook. This comes from me working on stainless steel professional grills my whole career. Those grills aren't seasoned in any way, so you just manage it by putting oil on and your temperatures. So I'm just gonna cook on this, oil it, and let it season itself over time. All right, let's go ahead and flip the vegetables. We got a nice char on those on one side. All right, let's go ahead and add some butter to the noodles. So you can use non-salted butter or salted butter. You just have to be aware of what you're using. So if you're using salted butter, then go ahead and add less salt, less soy sauce. So we're gonna put some garlic in there as well. And let's go ahead and put on the Wagyu. While that's getting a sear on the underside, let's go ahead and add some salt. And you can instantly kind of hear the grill. I feel like this steel is a little more dense than the Blackstone that I had before. You can definitely feel how dense the steel is. So the dense steel is going to be good for heat retention. What you're hearing when it's hollow is not really thinness, but it's impurities in the steel. So if the steel has impurities, it'll be easier to warp. It also won't be able to retain heat as well as a more dense, thick steel. Let's go ahead and cut the vegetables. With the onions, you just want to make a plus sign. And the steak, there's some silver skin on here. So we're gonna take some of that out so we don't have to chew through that. Throw some butter on the grill, and we're gonna cook the steak right on top of that butter. Let's add some butter to the vegetables. And these noodles are looking good, so let's go ahead and throw the sauce down and then serve it. So it's just gonna be soy sauce. You can also have teriyaki sauce. I have a recipe for the teriyaki sauce on the channel as well. So right now the temperatures on my grill, this middle burner is right at 446. The side temperature is at 305. And this one on the side here is at 350, 357. Let's go ahead and serve the noodles. So let's go ahead and cut the steak. Steak, when you cut it, you want to cut 1 inch by 1 inch. Let's go ahead and throw down some butter on the side. And some garlic on the side as well. And we're gonna go ahead and put some soy sauce down on the steak and the vegetables. So what we're trying to achieve here is we're gonna infuse the flavors of the garlic into the butter, and we're gonna put that right on top. Give that a little mix, and we're ready to serve. The vegetables are good as well. Let's go ahead and throw some garlic. Give that a little mix. Let's go ahead and turn off the grill and serve up the vegetables. Now let's give this grill a scrape. All right, now we're gonna take a oiled down towel and wipe the grill down, and this should prevent it from rusting for the next cook. And we're gonna try the Wagyu steak. All right, let's go ahead and boil this down. You wanna get all the way to the edges. Let's go ahead and try the meal that we just cooked. I'm gonna go in for this steak right here. The flavor is really good. It's got a nice salt crust on the outside. So there's some bite on the outside, some crispiness on the outside, but on the inside is very tender, almost melt in your mouth tender. Let's go in for some rice. The rice has a nice aroma, not too salty. You don't want the flavors to be too powerful when you're eating with the rest of your meal. You want to be able to escape the saltiness a little bit. And the garlic flavor shines through, the salt, the butter. Let's try the noodles. The noodles are also very good. It's kind of nice to have contrasting carbs. It's a soft, silky rice and then nice, chewy noodle. And the vegetables are cooked perfectly as well. The zucchini is soft on the outside, but kind of has a little bit of bite in the middle. And the mushrooms still have a little chew. And the onions are still a little bit crispy. I kind of wish I would have put teriyaki sauce on the noodles. I think that would have added a nice sweet flavor to the meal. Some mustard sauce, some ginger sauce, some spicy sauce, and some yum yum sauce would put this over the top. All right, guys, so that was the Wagyu steak hibachi meal. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, peace.